Another CGC to unbox. Let's hope we do better than last time. Please leave a like as always while the intro plays. We're so close to the 1,500 subscriber giveaway contest. All you have to do is like, comment, and be subscribed to my channel to have a chance to win this. The Nice House on the Lake, issue number 1 in a 9.8 by JT4. So good luck, everybody. Welcome back to Basement Collectibles, and if you're new to the channel, my name is Jordan, and if you like CGC unboxings, toys, movies, and arcades, please consider subscribing for more great content. I made a video back in early November of 10 books I was sending to CGC, and I attached these 10 books with an express order, and the express book was Invincible issue number 1 that I got back in a 9.2 a few months ago. But lately it seems like the receive time is not too bad, maybe about 3 weeks or under. So I don't know if I'm going to be sending another express book if I don't have to, just to get, or at least save some receive time on these 10 book submissions. My last 10 book CGC submission I got back, I didn't press any of those books. It was more of an eyeball for each book and just make sure everything was okay. But unfortunately, I got a few more 9.6s that I wanted. But these 10 books have all been looked through with either a quick press or a clean in press. So with all that out of the way, let's get to the unboxing. And I actually cut the box open so you guys didn't have to watch me fight with it with scissors. Let's start at the front here. Don't want to look. Okay, so starting off with Amazing Fantasy issue number 1. This came out in 2004, and I bought this book for about under $45. This actually went with one of the pre-screens that I did, pretty much my last pre-screen that I'll do, and unfortunately got rejected at 9.8. So I brought it back and I got it a quick press at least and a clean on this. So for $45, let's see what we got. 9.8, perfect. And the case looks great. Oh, and after I go through these 10 books, I'll go through all the price breakdowns of, again, what I paid for and what the potential profit is. And from November, what a 9.8 was going for. And on to book number 2. The Real Ghostbusters issue number 1, and this is their first appearance, even though it's not on the label in comics. But I actually had this pressed by the comic doctor. It was in pretty rough shape, so anything over an 8.0 I'll be happy with. But I bought this on eBay for about $15, and I was really excited to get it back, obviously, when the new movie was coming out. But this definitely will be, I'll keep this in my personal collection. But let's see what we got. 8.5, okay. Again, it looked like it was going to be around the 6 to 7 point grade, so I'm really happy in an 8.5. Like I said, I just wanted something over an 8.0, and I'll be definitely keeping this in my personal collection. And on to book number 3. Okay, so Venom issue number 9. And they have at least put here, this is the first appearance of Dylan Brock. I've had this book before in the past, and I thought it'd be just nice to get another one. Really hoping for a 9.8 on this, but it did have a couple, maybe a little bit of minor wear, but I did get it pressed, so let's see what we got. And I paid $20 for this book. 8.5. Holy smokes. Okay, we'll have to check the grader's notes on this. Hopefully there is grader notes, being an 8.5, but this is definitely the lowest grade I've received in a modern book, and something, again, that should have been maybe a 9.6 and had a fighting chance for a 9.8. But I'll be really interested to see what the graders had to say on this. And let's hope we get some better news with book number 4. Oh, and this is a big one. Darth Vader issue number 3, the first appearance of Dr. Aphra. I found this a couple hours away. This book was sitting on the wall at an LCS, and I paid about $155 for this book. I looked it over. It looked great. I got this pressed. It just needed a quick press on this, but let's see what we got. I'm really hoping for a 9.8 on this one. 9.8, awesome. Okay, I thought it was going to be a 9.6, but I'm really glad I picked this up from the LCS. And great book. And again, this book has been heating up of late now that more Star Wars news has been coming through Disney+. And on to book number 5. Oh, and the cases actually have been a lot better shape than from the last batch. I noticed I bought another CGC book recently and it had the same rub on the plexi on the front too. So it's almost like the plexiglass order that they had all the same markings on it. And I appreciate all the comments too of other people letting me know about the Newton rings and that as well that they were getting on their books. And so with book number 5, we have We Live issue number 5. And this is one of my favorite series of late. And something really big happens in this issue. So I'm really happy that I was able to find this book. And I purchased this book at the time around October for $45 and really hoping for a 9.8 on this one. 9.8. Great. So now I've got a 9.8 in We Live issue number 1 and also for number 5. And I'm really looking forward to the new series that's coming out. And on to book number 6. If I can get it out. Ghost Rider issue number 15. And this is actually one of the books that I asked you guys that were watching which book I should add to my 10 book submission. So majority of the votes were Ghost Rider, the glow in the dark cover. So thanks again. And let's see what we got on this. Oh, and I paid $15 for this book. 9.8. Great. So we made a great choice, or you guys made a great choice, and it came back a 9.8. So thanks for the help. And on to book number 7. Okay, so Ultimate Fallout 4, second print, cover B. I bought this book with the Darth Vader issue number 3 that was on the LCS wall, and I bought this book for $80. And I was on the fence if it was either going to be a 9.6 or a 9.8, but hopefully with the press, maybe it'll help. But there was a little bit of minor wear on it, but let's see what we got. 9.6. Okay, I'm happy with 9.6. I was hoping for go 2 for 2 with the Darth Vader and Ultimate Fallout 4. But again, this book seems to be heating up a little bit more. Hopefully there's going to be more Miles Morales news. I'm trying to grab a couple more Ultimate Fallout books if I can before more news hits, but I'm still happy with the 9.6. And on to book number 8. Oblivion Song, issue number 1, but this is the Pink Lorenzo signature variant. As you can see down below, I think the other signature was in a gray or white color, but I actually got this book back a few months ago and ended up selling it for over $200, and that's when there was news coming out about Jake Gyllenhaal's company, or at least himself, is going to be starring in Oblivion Song. So I wanted to pick up another copy, and I bought this for $25. So really hoping to get a 9.8, and I'll see what I'm going to do with it later on, but just wanted to get this back in my personal collection. 9.8, great. So we've been doing really well with the 9.8s this time, and hopefully the press had something to do with it. And we're almost done with book number 9. And Radiant Black, issue number 1. And when I did the last 10 book submission video, I actually only showed you guys 8 and then gave you 4 options. And this was another option for the 10th book. And a lot of you wanted Radiant Black for me to send in. And luckily I had another spot. So I sent Radiant Black in, another book that I've been specking on and really hoping to hear some news one day about this series. But let's see what we got. 9.8. Great. So again, thanks everybody that had a comment on what I should put in for my 10 book submission. And next 10 book submission, I'll probably do the same thing where I'll have a couple other books, and let's see what you guys think are the best books to send in. So thanks again. And the 10th and last book, Strange Academy, issue number 1, with all the great first appearances. This is Marvel's Harry Potter, and I really hope they do something soon with this, either on Disney Plus or an actual movie, but I can see it more on the Disney Plus side. But let me know what you think of what they're going to do with Strange Academy. And I bought this book for $60, and I sent it to the Comic Doctor. So let's see how we did with the press. 9.8. Great. This book has been going up and up of late, so I'm really happy to have another copy back in my collection. And thanks again, Comic Doctor, for the great clean and press. So now for the price breakdown. I'm going to go back and check out on the greater notes of why I got this 8.5, and also go through all the pricing and see what the potential profit will be for these 10 books. I'm back. Thanks for waiting. So the greater notes for Venom issue number 9 said there was fingerprints on the cover. I haven't seen any fingerprints yet, but maybe in a better light, I'll be able to pick up on it. I'm just kind of shocked that it would drop grade and a half just for fingerprints, but there could be something else on here, and I don't think it's worth the crack and press for this type of book. But like I said, I bought the book for $20, and with the fees and everything, came to about $55. And at the time, a 9.8 in November was going for about $200, and a 9.6 for $160. And I can't find really any record of an 8.5 because nobody probably would send in this book if it was 8.5 or under. So I'm just going to have to take a loss on it, not try to sell it. I'll just enjoy the 8.5. Next up is Ultimate Fallout 4 in a 9.6 second print, and I bought this book for $80, and with the fees came to about $115 all in, and a 9.6 in November was going for around $250, and right now currently it's going for $300. So at least it's going up, and hopefully I'll hang on to this a little bit longer until there's some more news about Miles Morales. Next up is Ghost Rider issue number 15 in a 9.8 that you guys voted on, and I bought it for $15, and with the fees came to around $50, and I couldn't find any pricing on a 9.8 in November at the time, but currently it's selling for about $90, so not bad for a great cover, and I'm really hoping for some more Ghost Rider news. Next up is Radiant Black issue number 1 in a 9.8, and another book you guys voted for me to submit, and I bought this for about $20, and with the fees and everything else came to $55, and currently it's selling for again $90, so not bad. And again, I'm really hoping that there's going to be some possibly news in the future, so I'll hold on to this book until then. Oblivion Song issue number 1 in a 9.8, and I bought this for $25, and with all the fees came to about $60, and in November it was going for $200 because of the news that was breaking about Jake Gyllenhaal, and currently it's selling for $117, so it looks like I should hold on to this book until some actual news comes out or something more about Jake Gyllenhaal's company with Oblivion Song. Strange Academy issue number 1 in a 9.8, and I bought this book for $60, and with all the fees came to about $95, and in November it was selling for about $275, or at least being sold for, and currently it's going between $390 to around $430. So again, this book is going up and up. More people are anticipating this show, or at least a movie maybe, being introduced one day, or at least some news about this book, so I'm really looking forward to anything Strange Academy. We Live issue number 5 in a 9.8, and I bought We Live for about $45, so with all the fees came to $80, and it was selling for about $200 in November, and it's currently selling now for about $235. So hopefully more news about this book, and with the new series coming out for We Live, will spark more attention, and the price will just go up and up. Ghostbusters issue number 1 in an 8.5, and I'm just happy to have this in my personal collection, but at least I have it graded, and I bought this for $15, and with the fees came to about $50, and at the time I think a 9.2 or 9.0 was selling for about $115, but now I don't have any records of an 8.5 being sold, but it doesn't matter again because I'm just going to keep this in my personal collection. Darth Vader issue number 3 in a 9.8, and again I bought this for about $155, and with the fees came to about $190, and in November a 9.8 was selling for $400, and currently they're selling now in a 9.8 for $500. So I'm happy to have an increase on price on this book, and hopefully again, like I've been talking about all these books, more news, more popularity, and hopefully the price will go up even more. And the last book in the submission, Amazing Fantasy issue number 1, and this was rejected for a 9.8 in a pre-screen, so I'm glad that the press helped bump this back up to a 9.8, and I bought this book for $45, and with the fees came to about $80, and in November it was selling for $200, and right now it's only selling for $185, so I'm going to definitely hold on to this book and see what happens. So for the totals, I'm going to be taking out 2 books out of the submission, Ghostbusters issue number 1 and Venom issue number 9. So for the 8 books, the total came to $725, but I'll add the fees in for the 2 books for Ghostbusters 1 and Venom 9. So all my fees came to about $795. The total value of the books came to $1,907, but the potential profit is about $1,112 if I decided to sell all 8 books. My goal with each submission is to obviously sell sometimes maybe 60% of the books, depending on what I was submitting and what I'm going to keep for my personal collection. But my question for you guys is, out of the 10 books, which ones would you keep, hold, or sell now? So that's it for this video, and I really appreciate you watching till the end, and I'm really happy with the results on these books, and I'm happy that I did at least a quick press on all these books to get at least the 9.8 that I was looking for. And if you're new to the channel, if you can possibly like, comment, and subscribe on your way out, and welcome to all the new subscribers on the channel, and I'll see everybody on the next one. Take care.